Lucrezia. Now then, just a year ago, Katie Bryan from Lincoln was learning how to walk again, having had major surgery for bowel cancer. In recent years, she's endured multiple rounds of chemotherapy, several operations, and is now living with 2 stomas at just the age of 30.
Incredible, but she hasn't let that stop her signing up for a grueling trek in the Himalayas. From tomorrow, Katie will walk alongside her mum, sister and stepmum for 5 days to raise money for research. Emma Wilkinson went to meet her just before she set off for India.
There was a time where we didn't know if I'd walk out the hospital ward, so to be here today, walking with the sun on my face and catching a flight to the Himalayas in the morning is really special.
It's been a huge feat for Katie to rebuild her strength. In 2022, after years of abdominal pain put down to endometriosis, she was admitted to hospital with a perforated bowel. She had emergency surgery to have a stoma fitted, but it would be another 6 months until doctors discovered she had stage 4 bowel cancer, which meant multiple rounds of chemotherapy and more operations.
I needed more intense surgery, essentially, so went to St Mark's for a 19-hour pelvic exentration surgery, in which they removed everything in my pelvis and lost the use of my legs, essentially, to start with. I'm quite methodical. It was always we'll just deal with each thing as it comes. Roll with the punches sort of thing. I am so fortunate. This is the only time I get upset when I think about my family, because they're just wonderful. And I couldn't have done any of it without them.
So as Katie learned to walk again, it was her family she turned to when an opportunity presented itself.
I had managed to get down to just using a walking stick and thought, well, what next? And then the trek just happened to come up on an ad on Instagram, and I screenshotted it, sent it to my family, and I said, right, I'm signing us up for this, and that was it. They couldn't say no.
The 100-kilometre trek over 5 days through the Himalayas will support the Bowel Babe Fund for Cancer Research UK, which was launched by campaigner Dame Deborah James before her death at the age of 40.
So bowel cancer is the 4th most common cancer in the UK, and that is 120 people diagnosed every single day. We are also seeing a small increase in the number of people being diagnosed under 50. So that's why Dame Deborah James set up the Bowel Babe Fund to raise money and also to raise awareness.
So I think I've got most of the things that I need now. Obviously my stoma supplies, which I think make it slightly harder for me to pack light because I've got the additional weight of all of that.
Katie will walk for up to 8 hours a day. It will be a huge challenge, but one she hopes will help make a difference.
If we can just inspire one person to feel a bit better about themselves having stomas, or to just raise a question over a symptom that they're having, then that's job done. Me having gone through all of this has to be for a reason, has to be worth it, and it will be.
Gosh, Katie Bryan there, an inspirational and very strong woman, ending that report from Emma Wilkinson. And the best of luck to Katie, who's currently airborne on the way to India as we speak. Now then, Hospital Radio is celebrating a special anniversary this weekend. It's 100 years